understand we have to sacrifice in areas, and I would have no problem if we need Mr. Temple at one of our meetings. I would have no problem in the future saying, okay, we put that right at the beginning of the agenda. And most of the time, it's an executive session.
That would be my suggestion if we could, is schedule whatever we think we may need counsel for in that first hour.
Yeah.
And then you'd be free to go home and have your birthday cake or whatever it is you wish to do.
Yeah. I think I'm going to wear it when I go.
Since this it's just a discussion of town council fees and so forth, what I would like to do, I'll put it on the agenda for our next meeting, and if the board wants to make a motion to try it out to see if that'll work, we're going to have to save money because I did reduce that. My recommendation is reducing the cost for attorney fees if possible for next year. I would have no problem.
Well, by the way, I anticipate a very large reduction because many of those workers' compensation cases are settled.
Yeah.
And that was a huge part of what I do, you know. So and I still have to be involved in a lot of that. So you know, as far as the police officers are concerned, we're going to be in pretty good shape. So we're lucky on that, and there won't be any more.
Okay, so I will remind Denise, make sure we put our agenda to discuss appearances of town council at Board of Selectmen's meetings. Town meetings, I want them there because a lot of things could come up. The charter does say town meetings, even the budget hearing and so forth. And it does say that the first selectman will assign town council the different duties. So I, you know, and I agree. I don't want to have to pay somebody just to sit around. Okay? Okay, next.
The audit with the CPA's financial report that we got as of the end of the fiscal year, and I just arbitrarily picked 4 line items. All right, this is the same period that your audit covered, through April 2006. And I just pulled 4 line items, random. I don't know what made you pick them. I looked at bad debt, and your audit shows bad debt at $15,938. The financial year-end report, April 30th, at MSOC was...
Pitfalls of developing these, how it works, alternatives for getting it done, and how it will be used in the long term. Some people may not be able to attend all the sessions or not, but I know.
Next is public comment. Any public comment this evening? Carol? Yes,
Frank Loder, 27 Osprey Drive. Just very briefly, do we have any executive session tonight?
No, we do not.
There's nothing on it?
And in fact, town council will be leaving after the one item that we may need him for coming up.
Okay. Thank you.
Other public comment? Hearing none, we'll move to item 1 on the agenda, which is to adopt the Code of Ethics. This was subject to a public hearing 2 weeks ago. And as we discussed at that hearing and then at our meeting that same evening, we all thought the changes were good. We had to wait, though, till this evening in order to adopt it. I'd like a motion, if I can, to adopt the Code of Ethics as presented.
Make a motion to adopt the Code of Ethics as presented.
Motion by Paul, second by Anne Marie. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, code's adopted. Next, item 2 on the agenda is adoption of the Code of Business Conduct, also discussed at that public hearing and at our last selectmen meeting. I'll entertain a motion.
So, make the motion.
Motion by Frank Conroy.
Second.
Second by Paul Roy. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries unanimous. Next on the agenda is to act in lieu of the special town meeting held earlier tonight concerning the sale of 16 and 17 Maiden Lane. As you may recall from our last meeting, we have an offer to purchase this property for $33,000, which is about $2,000 in excess of all of our costs. This was property taken by tax foreclosure. It is, we believe, a good deal for the town at this point to relieve ourselves of this property. The buyer is buying it as is. Mr. Temple has worked on that contract, and I believe has a deposit on this property as well.
$1,000 deposit.
Okay? So I'll entertain a motion to act in lieu of the special town meeting to approve the sale of this property as presented at our last meeting.
So moved.
Motion by Yashu, second by Anne Marie. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? It's unanimous.
Might I ask that you be empowered or authorized to sign the contract in lieu of Mr. Koskolowski in light of the fact that Mr. Koskolowski won't be here this week?
Can I have a motion to that effect?
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Frank, second by Anne Marie. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The chair will abstain from voting for
I'll get a hold
myself.
of you later.
Okay, no problem. And I think that's all that we have town council here for this evening, so he'll be dismissed at this point.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You made her stop sign.
When he gets home, so hopefully he
Yeah.
drives
Go right
slowly,
there, go right
safely, but not too slowly. Okay, next, item 4 on the agenda is appointments. We have 3 appointments this evening.